EU cutting environmental laws. Industry pressure forces green policy rollbacks. Is the EU sacrificing environmental protection for the sake of competitiveness? The European Union is sparking controversy with its latest move to simplify environmental policies, a decision that has been met with criticism from campaigners and some businesses. The EU's executive, the European Commission, has launched a public consultation to identify areas where the administrative burden of environmental laws can be reduced, without compromising the bloc's high environmental standards. But here's where it gets contentious. The EU's simplification agenda has already led to the cutting back of an initial set of sustainability laws earlier this year, following criticism from industries that claim complex EU-wide legislation hinders their ability to compete with rivals in China and the US. The Commission's goal is to slash red tape for industries, but critics argue that this comes at the cost of environmental protection. EU Environment Commissioner Jessika Roswall has reassured that the aim is to simplify environmental legislation without compromising our high environmental standards. However, other EU proposals to streamline laws have included substantially reducing the number of companies covered by sustainability rules and diluting requirements for companies to check their supply chains for abuses. Campaigners and some businesses have voiced their opposition to these plans, accusing Brussels of gutting laws that help manage risks from climate change and drive capital to the green transition. The EU Ombudsman is currently investigating a complaint by campaigners who claim that the EU executive has weakened sustainability policies without first consulting the public. The Commission has not yet decided which further environmental laws to simplify, but extended producer responsibility schemes are among those being considered. These schemes make companies responsible for how their products are eventually recycled or disposed of, but have been criticized by businesses who say the EU rules overlap with some national schemes, resulting in doubled-up regulation. The European Commission will draft any proposals to simplify laws after the public consultation closes on September 10. But the question remains: can the EU balance its commitment to environmental protection with the need to boost competitiveness? And at what cost? What do you think? Should the EU prioritize environmental protection or competitiveness? Share your thoughts in the comments below. NGOs sound alarm over EU environmental protections. Imagine a future where the very foundations of environmental protection in the European Union are under threat. This is the stark reality that many NGOs are facing, as Brussels launches a consultation that has raised significant concerns among green campaigners. The move has been likened to taking a chainsaw to EU environmental protections, leaving many to wonder if the progress made so far will be undone. But here's where it gets controversial. While NGOs are sounding the alarm, the EU's business lobby is embracing the opportunity to provide feedback, sparking debates about the balance between economic growth and environmental sustainability. The consultation has been met with a mix of emotions, ranging from worry to anticipation, depending on which side of the fence you're on. And this is the part most people miss: the fact that this consultation is not just about tweaking existing regulations, but potentially overhauling the entire framework of environmental protections in the EU. To put this into perspective, let's consider the recent protests in France, where activists have been occupying trees in an effort to block the construction of the A69 highway. The image of protesters living in trees, as seen in the photo taken by Alain Pitton on September 19, 2024, is a powerful reminder of the passion and dedication of environmental activists. As the EU moves forward with this consultation, it's essential to consider the potential consequences of weakening environmental protections. Will it lead to increased economic growth, or will it come at the cost of irreparable damage to our planet? This is a question that has sparked intense debate, with some arguing that economic growth and environmental sustainability are mutually exclusive, while others believe that it's possible to achieve a balance between the two. As we navigate this complex issue, it's crucial to hear from all stakeholders, including NGOs, businesses, and individuals. So, we ask you, do you think the EU should prioritize economic growth over environmental sustainability, or vice versa? Should the EU be taking a more drastic approach to environmental protection, or is the current framework sufficient? We invite you to share your thoughts and opinions in the comments below, and let's keep the conversation going. By exploring different perspectives and engaging in respectful dialogue, we can work towards finding a solution that benefits both the economy and the environment. Deregulation, deceleration, and deliberation, understanding sustainability policy changes. A shocking reality, the world's biggest economies are rolling back on sustainability, but at what cost? Imagine waking up to a world where the most powerful nations have abandoned their commitment to a greener future. Sounds like a nightmare, right? Unfortunately, this is our reality today. The United States, the European Union, and the United Kingdom are all, in one way or another, backtracking on their sustainability goals. But here's where it gets really concerning. This sudden shift towards deregulation is happening at a time when our planet needs decisive action more than ever. Climate change, pollution, and environmental degradation are just a few of the pressing issues that demand immediate attention and collective effort. So, what's driving this trend of deregulation, deceleration, and deliberation? To make sense of these changes, it's essential to stay informed about the latest policy updates and regulatory shifts. This is where a global policy tracker comes in handy. With thousands of provisions at your fingertips, you can quickly search and filter the information you need to stay ahead of the curve. But merely staying informed is not enough. To respond to these changes with confidence, you need authoritative analysis from trusted experts. This is where specialist journalists and industry experts come in. They provide the guidance and insights you need to navigate the complex world of sustainability policy. Now, here's the part most people miss. The devil is in the details. To truly understand the implications of these policy changes, you need to dive deeper into the specifics. That's why weekday email briefings and newsletters are a must-have for anyone serious about sustainability. With expert analysis and breaking news, you'll be equipped to make informed decisions and stay ahead of the competition. And this is where the controversy comes in. Some argue that rolling back on sustainability is a necessary evil to boost economic growth. But is this really a zero-sum game? Can't we have both economic prosperity and environmental protection? We'd love to hear your thoughts on this. Start your week fully informed with our Monday email recap of the latest policy updates, split by region. With intelligence you can trust, provided by a specialist division of the Financial Times, you'll be empowered to make a difference. The question is, what will you do with this knowledge? Will you join the conversation and demand action from